everyone, Dana here. Today I'm going to talk about discrimination against foreigners in Japan. But I also have a very kind of funny, ridiculous story about it to give you guys an example. So, first of all, I think a lot of Japanese people don't realize how difficult it actually is to do certain things in Japan as a foreigner. To give you the basics, as a foreigner in Japan, it's extremely difficult to open a bank account. Only certain banks will let you, right? Maybe they'll let you open a bank account, but then they'll only give you a cash card. And renting, trying to find an apartment that allows foreigners, can also be difficult. What I'm going to talk about today is it's very difficult to get a phone plan. It's really ridiculous and it's a terrible business model. It doesn't make any sense. So here we go. Let me explain to you what happened when I tried to buy a new phone with a company that starts with an R.
チャンネル登録よろしくね。
About a month ago, I decided I'm gonna get a new phone. I've had my Galaxy S10 for a few years now and I want to upgrade. And the new Galaxy Z Flip 4 was coming out and it looks really cute and everything that I wanted. So I was like, okay, I'll pre-order it. So I had a phone plan already with a carrier. They were offering a deal where if you buy the phone, you can also get the Galaxy Buds discount. So Tomo and I went to the store, asked if we could pre-order the phone, and they said, no, you have to do it online. Okay, no problem. Came home and got on the computer and tried to buy it online, which is when the problems started. Eventually, I got to the purchasing part and it wanted me to upload a document that was signed by my parent because I'm not 18 years old. I've had a contract with this company for years and they have my ID and they know that I am over 18 by a lot. So first of all, there's different forms of ID in order to go through with buying the phone. So one of the options is my number card and I have one. So I thought, okay, cool, that's easy. And so it has you take a picture of the front and the back and like I did that and everything was okay. It said, okay, you can do cash on delivery. Sounds good because the only other option is credit card. You can't use a debit card. So I did cash on delivery with my number card as identification and it went through and I was like, okay, awesome, that's great, woohoo, I'm getting a new phone. And then like an hour later I got an email that said, because you're a foreigner, you can't use your My Number card as identification. Why? It's a legal ID. Like, why would it matter that I'm a foreigner? So then they asked me to use my Zydio card, which I don't care, whatever. Okay, I'll use my Zydio card for whatever stupid reason you want to see it. Well, it kept giving me an error that said, your Zydio card is expired, basically. The wording was, please renew your Zydio card and try again. It was so stupid. So I thought, okay, that means that they think it's expired. It must be some technical error. So then I decided, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna call them. I'm trying to pay for a phone with cash in one lump sum. So this company thankfully has a customer service line with a translator, and the translator was very wonderful, but the customer service rep, I guess he's just repeating what the company tells him to, so I can't really be that mad at him, but it did not make any sense. So I asked, like, okay, why is it telling me this error when my Zydio card is not expired? And he just kept repeating the same thing.
You need to renew your Zydio card.
Why do I need to renew it? It's not expired.
You need to renew your Zydio card.
What the? Why? It was so stupid. And even the translator sounded like she was getting irritated because he wasn't giving any answers. And you can't just randomly renew it in the middle of the year. Like, you have to wait until like right before it expires to renew it. Like, that's how it works. So I had about like 8 months left on my Zydio card at that point. Anyways, I was getting nowhere with this conversation, and they said they needed to look into it and call me back. A long time went by And I just assumed they were not going to call me back because I found that there's this hidden policy that this company and a lot of other phone companies have in Japan. And that is, if you have a certain amount, if you have less than a certain amount of time on your Zairyu card left on your visa, then they will just deny you a contract. And for this company, it's 2 years. Because my Zairyu card had only about 8 months left, they were not accepting it as ID. I think the thought process behind this is that they think that you're just gonna leave Japan or something. But like, I was trying to pay for the phone in one lump sum in cash. There is zero risk to them. I already had a contract with them, which I could get because when I first came to Japan, I had a 5-year visa. I only got a 1-year visa recently because I changed to a spouse visa. Okay, so 5 days later, they called me back finally. And they said the same old BS.
You need to renew your Zairyu card.
And I was like, but why? But why? And I kept asking, and finally the guy was just like,
It's company policy.
yeah, I know. Like I literally, I had to bring up, I know that you have a policy that if it's less than 2 years, you won't help the customer, you won't make a contract, you won't sell phone, whatever. And finally, yeah, he admitted, yeah. So, okay. And then at the end, he said, but we can help you, because they figured out that I'm trying to just give them money. So at that point, I was really frustrated, because if I were some foreigner who didn't have enough money to pay all at once, they definitely wouldn't help me. So I was just irritated, and I said, I don't know, maybe, or maybe I'm gonna switch to a different company, bye. Then my mother-in-law said that she could put me on her plan with a different company, and I could order the phone through that company. Okay, cool. So we went through all of that, and I don't know if it was a technical error or they flagged my name because it wasn't Japanese. I don't know. But for some reason, they didn't send out the email that I needed in order to proceed with the process, and they canceled my order without telling me, without giving a reason. So I have no idea what happened. So at that point, I was just like, forget about it. I'll just keep using my phone, my old phone, because this is ridiculous. So yeah, finally, I just decided, why don't I just go to the Galaxy store in Harajuku, because you can make custom cases there, and maybe in person they can help me just buy the phone in the store and I can make a case and whatever. But they have to actually communicate with the phone company. So it actually wasn't that simple. And at first they told me no, again, for the 3rd time. I kept very nicely being like, I'm gonna buy it in one lump sum. Can I do it? Like, I can use a credit card or cash, because my mother-in-law gave me a credit card that's the only way I could get a credit card as well. Finally, I could freaking do it after all that time, but I didn't get the discount I wanted in the first place. Anyways, I got my new Galaxy Z Flip, and I made a custom case in Harajuku. So, you know, happy ending, I guess. But the problem is, like, I have a credit card because my mother-in-law could make me one. And because I have that support, I'm able to work around the system. But for a lot of foreigners in Japan who don't have Japanese family members, don't have a support system here, they have no way of getting access to credit card or working around the system in order to get a good phone or a good phone contract. Like, the options are so limited, and it becomes such a hassle to do basic things that Japanese people obviously have no problems doing. And if you, as a Japanese person, for example, went to America on a work visa, for example, or a student visa or something, this would not happen to you. There would be no problems, as far as I know, with getting a phone contract or anything like that, or an apartment, because it's not allowed. Like, you're not allowed to discriminate based on nationality. I mean, I'm sure it happens, but it's illegal. So anyways, I really hope that some of these things in Japan can change in the future. Anyways, yay, I got a new phone. Thanks for watching me rant about this stupid phone company. And yeah, and see you in the next videos. Bye.
チャンネル登録よろしくね。